Kaffee und Kuchen seid und heute mache ich Streuselkuchen. For coffee and cake time today, I'm making a delicious German classic cake called Streuselkuchen. It's delicious moist vanilla cake covered with German streusel, and it's so good. And I'll show you just my recipe. So let's get started. Guten Appetit! Okay, so to make our Streuselkuchen, first and foremost we need to make the cake. And traditionally you'll find with Streuselkuchen when you get it in the bakery that it's made with a yeast-based dough. But today I'm actually making a cake with a yogurt base. You could also use quark or sour cream, they would also work really well. And I find that it makes a really nice, light vanilla moist cake. Really good with the streusel. So, first and foremost, I'm going to take 1 cup of oil, you could also use butter here, and place it in my bowl. And to that, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of white sugar. I'm going to give that a whisk, just until it's incorporated. Okay, that looks good. So now I'm going to add my eggs. So I have 3 whole eggs. So I'm just going to add them in. Continue to whisk as I add them in one at a time. Just like that. Beautiful. And then just whisk it briskly. You could also fully use an electric mixer. Use whatever you have on hand. Yeah, that's one of the beauties about cooking. Alright, that looks great. So now I'm going to add some vanilla extract. And I really love the flavor of vanilla extract when I'm baking because it adds just such a nice touch, especially when I'm making a vanilla-based cake. So I'm going to continue whisking it. Beautiful. That looks great. So now what I have here is a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm going to add that to my flour. Just use my spatula to help get all the cornstarch out of there. And then I also have some baking soda and a pinch of salt. So I'm also going to add that to my flour mixture and then just gently stir because my flour bowl is quite full. Alright, beautiful. So what I'm going to do is alternate the flour mixture with the yogurt mixture. So first and foremost, I'll start with my flour and just take about half of it or a third of it and place it in the bowl. It's no rush, and what happens if you add too much too soon, then you end up with a lot of flour all over your kitchen or all over your clothes. And I love this cake. I would say it's one of my favorite, ultimate favorite German cakes. And there are so many yummy ones, so that really says a lot. But I think there's just something about a really good Streuselkuchen with the topping, and it's crumbly and it's delicious. It's really, really one of my favorite German cakes. So yummy. So now I'm going to add about half of my yogurt, and I'm just using a plain yogurt, just like that, not sweetened. Let me give it another whisk. And I find that using yogurt or sour cream or quark just really makes the cake nice and moist, and it's really, really yummy. It's my go-to when I'm baking. Alright, that looks beautiful. So now I'm going to add in the rest of my flour mixture. And I like to add cornstarch to my all-purpose flour because I find that it makes the flour a little bit lighter, which is really nice when you're baking cakes. Just adds just a nice lighter touch to the cake, and this cake is just irresistible. Alright, so I'm gently whisking it because I have a lot of flour in my bowl here. And then I'll just speed up and whisk it a little bit faster now. And this batter, don't be alarmed when you make it. It is quite silky. So sometimes when I've made it with my friends, they've been like, it's so thin. Did we make it right? Did we add all the ingredients? And I always tell them, yes, yes, don't worry. Like, it's supposed to be nice and thin, not liquidy, but kind of silky smooth, not thick like a cake dough, like a cake batter is normally. So again, I'm just adding the rest of my yogurt, and then this is such a big cake that it really takes a little bit of arm muscle in the beginning, and then just whisking it thoroughly. Beautiful. And if you are using a hand whisk, just make sure that you get to the bottom of the bowl. And I'm just using my arm power, and then that's simple. Beautiful. So you see what I mean by silky? It just kind of drops. Beautiful. Okay, so now it is time to bake it. So what I have done is I have taken my pan and I have lined it with parchment paper, but then I've also greased my parchment paper with some butter. Now what I find that this does is it really makes the cake so much easier to get out of the pan. This cake, it's not so difficult, so it's not a deal breaker if you don't do this step, but I find that for cutting beautiful slices, this is the way to go. So now what I'm going to do is just with my spatula, just take my cake and gently pour it into my pan. Oh, this looks so good. This is always a good sign. You know, if the cake batter looks good, then you are on your way to a delicious cake. Just making sure to get all of the delicious batter in there. Just like that. That looks great. So now what I'm going to do is with my spatula, just spread it gently. Just to make sure that I get all to the sides, especially with the sake of the parchment, because sometimes you can get kind of air bubbles. Beautiful, looks so good. And then now what I'm going to do, what I always do, is I take my pan and tap it. That releases some of the air bubbles and it makes sure that we get a nice, even, smooth cake. No lopsided cakes here. Now I'm going to pop it into my oven. My oven has been preheating on 375 degrees. I'm actually going to let it cook for about 20-30 minutes and then add my streusel topping on top. So this ensures that my streusel doesn't melt into my cake and it makes a really good Streuselkuchen every time. So, alright, in she goes. Okay, so my Streuselkuchen has been baking and it's time to make my streusel. So what I have here is 2 1/4 cups of flour, and then I have 1 cup of white sugar. I'm just going to give that a quick stir, just to make sure that it's well incorporated before I even start adding my butter. And I like to do this because it just kind of ensures that, you know, it's well blended. That one bite is not super sugary or super floury. So good. Okay, so now I have 1 cup of butter that I've cut up into cubes. It's about 1 cup. So I'm just going to take it. It's pretty cold, so I'm just using my fork to help get it out of there. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is just knead it together to create my streusel. So I think the easiest way is just to get in there with your hands and just knead it. And it's better just to use your fingertips because if you use the palms of your hands, it's a little bit too warm. So I'm just using my fingertips. I just knead the butter into the flour and sugar mixture because this is what's going to create the delicious topping. It's so good. And the crumbly streusel with the cake. Alright, so I'm going to keep kneading until it forms our little clumps of streusel. Okay, so now that I've made my streusel, I've taken the cake out of the oven and I've already started to cover the cake with the delicious streusel. It looks so good. Nice and clumpy with different pieces, different sizes. Makes for a really good Streuselkuchen. And I really like to create a nice thick layer on top to ensure that every piece really gets a nice serving of streusel, because after all, this is Streuselkuchen. So again, I'm just going to cover it completely until it forms a nice even layer. And this is also why I like to use the parchment paper. It's just when I'm cutting it, you can really see the streusel so much better than without it. So all on the sides here. Don't want to omit any part of the cake. Wow, it's so beautiful. And it's really important to use the right ratio of butter to flour to sugar in order to ensure that the streusel really crumbles correctly. So I definitely made some Streuselkuchens that didn't really look like Streuselkuchen, so alright, that looks great. So now, I actually didn't end up using all of my streusel here, but I think that that is more than enough. So now I'm going to pop it in the oven, let it continue to bake for another 15 or 20 minutes, and then it'll be time to take our Streuselkuchen out of the oven. So good. Okay, so I have just taken my Streuselkuchen out of the oven and check it out. I mean, wow. So good, and the streusel is nicely browned. It looks delicious. I cannot wait to cut into this. So of course I'm gonna let it cool, and then I'm gonna cut it into nice tender pieces, and I think my friends and family are gonna love this one. Delicious, homemade German Streuselkuchen. So, I hope that you enjoyed it. I want to say thank you so much for checking out this video for how to make German Streuselkuchen. I hope you give it a try for yourself in your own home kitchen. Throw in a few other ingredients to make it creative for you. Maybe an apple Streuselkuchen, or Aprikosen Streuselkuchen, or a Käse Streuselkuchen. Apricots, apples, cherries, whatever's in season for you. Or just enjoy it just as is. But thank you so much for checking out this video for how to make Streuselkuchen. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you give it a try for yourself in your own home kitchen. And until the next video, thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. See ya!